Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It's Home Loan Drew, and today I want to take some time to talk to my active military members, veterans, surviving spouses, all of you folks out there that are looking to use the VA loan to purchase your next home. We're going to talk about specifically the process, what to expect start to finish when utilizing this product, and really some of the unique facets of the VA process, as well as the unique facets of a lender like ours compared to others that offer this product. So let's get into it. Now, when you are looking to use a VA loan, the first thing you need to do is make sure you're eligible for it. So I would encourage you to keep it simple. Reach out to me and I can go into the VA system and see if you're eligible by means of a certificate of eligibility. All right. Once we have that certificate of eligibility, I'm able to see your entitlement and basically how much of the VA loan you're able to utilize. Now, if you've had a VA loan in the past, this is very important because some of your entitlement may or may not be tied up in your prior residence. So we're going to look at that. And if you don't have a certificate of eligibility yet, no fears. We will acquire your DD-214 from you and we'll go ahead and apply for it or direct you on how to apply for it through the VA. Okay, something that's very common, very easy to do. But again, first step is to reach out to us to see if you're eligible for the product and for how much you're eligible for. All right, now, once we determine that, hey, you're good to go with the VA loan, now you're going to make application, and that's basically just submitting your application information to me. And what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to look at your qualifications, we're going to look at income, we're going to look at credit, and we're going to look at your assets and see what you qualify for, what you're pre-approved for. All right, once we get all that ironed out, that only takes about a day, right? Literally, you apply in the morning and you'll have an answer in the afternoon or evening. And what we do there is we issue what's called a pre-approval. Now, there's different stages of pre-approval. And so we're going to go not just a pre-approval that says, hey, everything looks good. We're going to verify your documents. We're going to verify your income, your assets. And then we're going to go ahead and go through a fast track pre-approval. And that's where we take your information and put it right in front of an underwriter. And an underwriter is going to actually underwrite you as a borrower before we even have you go out and shop. This is crazy, crazy beneficial because what happens is when you do this, you're able to go out with confidence that you're already underwritten and approved, and now it's just about which home you find, all right, and the details and the appraisal with that house. So that's the next step. That's step 2, is that we're gonna get a pre-approval ready and we're gonna make it strong with our fast track pre-approval process. Now, at that point, the fun begins, right? So you get out there and you start shopping for a home, and when you finally find that home, the 4th step is you go under contract, all right? Now, when you're under contract, there are a lot of different things that happen and start at that point. Officially, you are applying for a mortgage at that point. So you are giving me an address, a contract signed by everybody, and we're getting the application rolling, all right? Now, from that point through the rest of the process should only take about 3 weeks to a month if everything's going smoothly. If you Google, how long does it take to close a VA loan, you'll see numbers or days that are, or durations that are a lot longer than that. And that's because not every lender can close VA loans in a timely fashion like others. Some are way faster, and there's a lot of different variables that play into that. For us, the underwriters within our company are the ones that are VA certified, VA underwriters. They're able to go in and underwrite a VA loan. We don't have to send it to anybody for it to be underwritten by a VA underwriter. That makes it very, very fast, right? When my team and I prepare everything, we get the contract in and we send it off to underwriting. Usually within a day to a day and a half, that file is underwritten and out of underwriting, okay? Now again, if we went through the fast track pre-approval, you're gonna go ahead and go through the process. You're gonna get under contract, all right? And then we're gonna go ahead and start working on things. Now on your end, you've got some work to do once you're under contract. You're going to order an inspection, most likely, to check on the health of the property, check the major things, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, HVAC, that's HVAC, and different things that you may want to know about the property that's important to you, okay? And so, of course, the roof. That was the 4th thing. And then once you have all that ironed out, all right, now you're moving forward out of your inspection period, and we're going to go ahead and order an appraisal. All right. So as soon as you get under contract, we're preparing numbers. We're going to talk about things like your interest rate, locking it in or not, and then we're going to go ahead and issue a disclosure packet that's going to detail your payment information, all that, which will be no surprise because we're going to kind of go over some of that stuff before you even are pre-approved. But when you get under contract, we're going to give you the official loan estimate, and then from there, we're going to get you signed on that and then get going on the appraisal once you have a green light on the property's condition. All right, so now that we're clear to go when it comes to the property's condition, you've ordered that inspection, it's completed. We're going to also, because it's VA, we're going to also have you do a WDO, okay, wood destroying organism inspection or report. We've got to have one of those clear because of VA's requirements, okay? They want to make sure that home isn't infested with termites or other wood destroying organisms, rotted wood thanks to water intrusion, things like that. So we're going to make sure that that property is healthy. The VA demands it, requires it, and so we've got to make sure we get that from you. So in addition to your home inspection that checks all those major things and all the health of the property, we're going to also require that WDO. Now, when it comes to what's going beyond the WDO, in some cases, like for example, if the property's on well, then we're going to go ahead and order a water test. We're going to have you do that, and then that result needs to meet local government guidelines or requirements. Okay, so you're going to make sure that that water test is part of your inspections when you order your inspections if you're doing a VA loan with a property that has a well. If there's a septic tank, we'll get to that in a second, but there may be an inspection required for that too. All right, now when it comes to what's to expect next, after you've cleared all the inspections and everything looks good, now we're going to get that appraisal going, and that's where a VA appraiser, this is a little different than all the other loans. These are appraisers that are hired and paid through the VA to appraise a property's value and condition. They'll also look at certain things that they can see with their naked eye. They aren't really home inspectors, but they're required by and trained by the VA to look for certain things when it comes to the property's condition, all right? The roof, again, the septic, so on and so forth. Now, I mentioned the septic earlier because the septic may need some attention based on what the appraiser notices. And if there's a need for an inspection for that, they may require that the property receive a septic inspection prior to the appraisal being fully released, all right, or as is. So we're going to get that inspection done if the appraiser deems it necessary. Okay, so we get our value back for the property. Now we're good to go moving forward with what to expect with the property's value, all right? Now, hopefully everything goes smoothly and the property appraises for at least what you're buying it for, all right, what you went under contract for. If it comes in higher, great. You know, you've got some equity in the community and in that home. All right. If it comes in lower, there may be some opportunity there for negotiation between you and the seller, and really, frankly, between you, the seller, and the lender, in how we help you navigate that. Now, once that happens, okay, now you're moving on to your conditional approval, if there are any conditions remaining, and that comes from the underwriter. So remember, after you get under contract, we order the appraisal. We're already approved. We've already set you up with a full approval through our fast track program. So now the only thing we need is the appraisal and those reports, the WDO and septic inspection, the water test, if those things are required. And then we're going to take that information and we're going to resubmit it to the underwriter for a clear to close. And that can happen within 2 weeks of you getting under contract if you do the fast track pre-approval or if everything's really smooth and quick. All right, doing one right now, it's a $950,000 purchase and we're almost clear to close within about 2.5 weeks. Amazing appraisal, start to finish, everything included in 2.5 weeks. That is very rare, but I'm happy to say that we're able to do stuff like that because of the process that we have. All right, so now the appraisal's in, we send that the file back to the underwriter for the final review, and now we're looking at an opportunity for our clear to close. Once you're clear to close, all right, you're good. Like there's no more issues when it comes to your qualifications or the property. The underwriter said, hey, we're good to go. Let's go ahead and get this closing scheduled with title. And then, of course, the big day comes where you are going to close on your home. If this is a VA loan, listen, there may not be much left to send to title at the end because you didn't have a down payment. There are closing costs. Maybe I covered some of that. Maybe the seller covered some of it or all of it. And so you have whatever's remaining cash to close due at that time, and you'll go to closing and wire that money to the title company or provide a cashier's check, depending on what the title company requires. All right, now after that, it's time to celebrate. All right, so you're fully done, you've signed all the papers, and you now own that home using the VA loan process. It's rather simple. I know it's a long video and it can seem complicated, but actually VA loans are some of the most flexible to underwrite. Underwriters really, really love VA loans because of all the abilities that they have to look at things as this makes sense perspective. Okay, so that's what the advantage is on VA. If you have questions about your qualifications, you want to start the process, like we said, from the beginning, looking at if you're eligible for a VA loan. Remember, you can use your VA loan multiple times, over and over and over. You just got to know what to expect when it comes to the lender. And also, we'll tell you what to expect in terms of if you have another VA loan, what you can buy with 0% down. And then if you need to put some money down, if you go any higher, we'll let you know how much as well. So again, reach out to me. You've got my information in the description below. Literally, my cell phone is there. You can text me or call me anytime. You've got my email, and you can schedule a consultation with me right on my calendar in the link within the description below. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you hardworking service members out there doing phenomenal things for us here in the States. And so returning the favor, making sure that this process of you wanting to buy a home is something that you absolutely can do, and it should be a very, very smooth process. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned to the next video. Got a lot of great VA content coming your way and on the channel in the videos. Subscribe, of course, to show your support, and comment if you have any questions. We'll see you guys on the next one.